and record.
So you want to stay mute until you're ready to speak, okay?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, John.
John.
Hi. We're back.
We are.
Just so everybody knows, we're being recorded and we're live on YouTube.
Thank you, Kathy.
Just want to make sure you know.
We
Well,
appreciate
I was yesterday.
I know, yesterday I went in a couple times to see what you guys were doing, but. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Kathy.
How are you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Same to you. That's a really lovely picture you have when you're not, I think it's the same shirt that you have on.
Let me look now. I'm going to have to stop. No,
No.
I was going to say otherwise. I got to tell my wife I got to buy some more clothes.
Was that the day that you got that giant tuna fish?
No, that was actually Scott France had folks from the finance committee out on his on the Ticonderoga.
Oh,
How many people are on this committee? Anybody know?
That's a good question. I should know off the top of my head, shouldn't I?
Yes, you
Hi,
should.
Mike.
Hi, Senator. James, do you know off the top of your head? It's
No,
not
I was-
big, Kathy.
Yeah, I was going to defer to you, Samuel. Maybe he could.
Well,
I'll tell you, all the Senate Republicans are on.
all two of us.
17 or 18.
there you go. Is that Bonnie?
Thank you.
No, that's Pam.
Oh, hey, Pam.
Hey,
Did you
Mike,
skip-
Hi, Bonnie.
how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm back.
Hey, good. I'm glad to hear that. We have a few folks who emailed that or texted that they couldn't make it, so we'll leave the meeting open. And I'm just looking for an agenda. Sam, can you send me the agenda?
I did. I sent it to your work email.
Okay.
Oh, no, my bad. I'm sorry. I'll send it to your other email, but I can send it to your work email if you need it.
Yeah, if you could, thank you. Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, looks like you're in your office.
I'm in my law office today, actually. Yeah, I came in. We're not open full time, but you can request to come in, and sometimes it's easier to get work done, as I'm sure we've all realized, going into different places than at home every now and then
Yes.
with the dogs bothering you and or kids or whatever you got. Well, I'm sure the first thing on the agenda is calling the meeting to order, and then committee chair and
Yeah.
leadership comments. So I'm sure we can probably get going. Should we call the meeting to order? I don't want to keep people as longer than we have to for an organizational meeting. So we'll call the first meeting of the General Law Committee to order at 1:01 p.m. via Zoom. It's my first one chairing, so forgive me if there's any glitches. I'm sure James will jump in and Kevin. And is Dave Retigliano on yet? I don't see Dave. He'll probably jump in as well.
He just accepted it, and I think he'll be joining in a minute.
Okay, great. All right. So welcome everybody. It's as we were saying to Senator Austin, it's a small, nimble committee. Those of you who've been on it before know that we tend to work very well on a bipartisan basis, and given our size, we were actually one of the few committees that got all our bills done before things shut down last year, which was great. We only had, I think, maybe 20 or so bills, or 24 bills. It wasn't too bad, and I would expect the same this year. Even though it's a longer session, we tend to consolidate and do a good job getting things done. We've got a new clerk, Sam Clark, who's out of the Senate, who I'm sure some of you know. He's getting to know all of us, and please feel free to contact Sam for anything in terms of scheduling or for committee purposes. I wanted to just start off by thanking Holly Cheeseman for her service as the ranking member from the House last year. Really appreciated working with Holly. I'm glad she's still on the committee. to keep us all in check. But we do have a new ranking House member in Dave Retigliano, who you all know, and between Dave's historical knowledge and Holly's prior service as a ranking and Vin Candelora's role on the committee, I think at least from a House Republican standpoint, you guys are well represented on this committee, and we'll be sure to continue to do that. Obviously, I see Dave's joining us now, but thank you, Holly. I really enjoyed working with you on the House side. I know James did as well, and we're glad that you're still on the committee. Senator Witkos, very glad to have you back as well. Again, with all that you bring to the committee, I know we're in good hands, and we've always worked well, again, on a bipartisan basis in this committee. Senator Austin, I wanted to welcome you to General Law. I don't know if you requested it or if this was a punishment, but we're definitely happy to have you, somebody with your gravitas on this committee, and we'll go around and just give everybody a chance to say hello. I did want to, well, I've still got the floor, just take 2 seconds to talk about a couple of things, just to give a little bit of a preview for the year. Hey, Dave, I see Dave's joining us as well. Because we did such a good job getting bills out last year, we are in good shape to hit the ground running this year. And we have a number of bills that had bipartisan support out of the committee last year. And we're going to talk about them in screening this afternoon, but generally, I don't think there's a reason not to revisit many, if not all, of those bills. They're already in the hopper. They had bipartisan support. They cleared the committee. We may do some tweaking and consolidation given how the session's going to work, but I do expect we will revisit those bills. Separately, I wanted to again note for this committee that we had prepared for the special session a bill for that fix for the nonprofit clubs. I know many of you have been contacted, Democrat and Republican, by the nonprofit clubs that are out there about the fee increase that they saw from the liquor bill from 2 years ago, going from in some cases $300 or $800 to $2,000. We had committed to fixing that when we passed the bill, and we had that in the hopper last year. And then, of course, COVID hit and shut us down. We had that fix ready to go for the special session this fall, and the governor's executive order obviated the need for that. And so our leadership never called, both sides never called that bill. So to the extent that you're being asked about that by constituents, and I know many of you are, that fix is ready to go. And I just wanted to preview that for you. We'll circulate it around, but generally, if you are a nonprofit club, if you're one of these clubs, you're a nonprofit, you should have been paying, you either were or should have been paying $815. You'll be fixed at that rate. To the extent that anybody wrote a check for $2,000, we'll have a refund provision in there so they can get their money back. There's some question about whether or not the governor's EO is going to be extended before we can pass in time. So until we pass this bill, I don't know what's going to happen with that. We've raised it with the governor's office. If there's a gap period, we'll deal with it with the bill. But I wanted you all to know that. Separately, I know cannabis has gotten a lot of discussion. I wanted to just note for the committee members as we're going forward with this committee, to the extent that you're getting questions, I do not expect this committee to have its own cannabis bill because we are expecting a governor's bill on cannabis. That could change, and if that does change, we'll probably revisit the regulatory piece that we did last year. But we'll talk about this more in screening, but certainly my preference would be if there's a governor's bill, there's a governor's bill. And my understanding is it would likely start in judiciary and then work its way here for us to deal with. So I would not expect a separate bill for us. I know I see Senator Kissel celebrating that fact. You'll get your hands on it at one point in time, Senator. So that won't bog us down. There will be an omnibus liquor bill that will deal with many things. We're still working out what's going to be in it. It's a lot of the stuff from last year that we already passed. Representative Arconti, I know, has been dying to see self-pour. We passed that at a committee last year. We'll get that done again. Some other pieces, some tweaks, and maybe some other things that we may play with a little bit, but we won't be touching minimum bottles. So we're not going to have a free-for-all on minimum bottle. So that's just a brief, hopefully brief preview on my end of what I think we can expect from the committee this year. I want to turn it over to Senator Maroney to see if he's got any comments.
No, Thank you very much, Representative D'Agostino. I think you did a good overview. I think maybe the only other thing that we have been hearing a lot from the restaurants that we are hoping to tackle is to codify the governor's executive order for the takeout, I believe, allowing alcoholics, sealed alcoholic beverages for takeout. That is something that has come up, as well as, some other issues around codifying that executive order. I was excited to be on this committee the last session, and I guess I'm the one who ruined it because we didn't get through the whole session. I was the only new person there, so I guess I was the jinx, and I apologize. But I did enjoy working with everyone, and I look forward to hopefully actually completing a session on this committee. So thank you very much.
Senator Whitcoast, welcome back, and I want to turn the floor over to you.
Thanks, Mike, and thank you to you and James and to Holly for all of her past work, and looking forward to working with Dave as the House ranking member. Nice seeing everybody that is returning to general law, and welcome to the new members. I think as Mike and James said, that this is truly a bipartisan committee. We worked extremely well. We got our business done even before our JF deadline. Everything moved out of committee. We really try to focus on what we want to get accomplished during the legislative session. And that's why we've been very successful. And we're usually one of the first bills called either on the Senate floor or the House floor too, because we have our act together. And that goes to the nonpartisan staff who do an extremely fantastic job from OFA, OLR, LCO. It's a team effort all the way around. So looking forward to another term on general law. And my computer's always open, my phone. If everybody has any questions about things, I've been on this committee for quite some time now, and we make a huge impact in the state of Connecticut. And we saw that with the big liquor bill that passed a couple sessions ago. And that bill, with all the hard work of everybody on this committee, has created thousands and thousands of jobs and allowed for job expansion in the state of Connecticut. And that's what we want to do. We want to continue in that trend. So I will turn it back over to you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And our new ranking member, but a longtime member of the committee, Dave Rutigliano.
Thank you, Mike. I'll be brief. I just wanted to welcome all the new members to what is truly a bipartisan committee. I enjoy working with everybody. I enjoy all the working relationships we had, and especially the issues we've tackled over the years. So I look forward to another productive session. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Dave. And I think it's well deserved to turn things over to Holly Cheeseman, if Representative Cheeseman, if she's got anything to add from her former service as the ranking, and we're glad to have you back, Holly.
Thank you. Glad to be back, Mike. And yeah, it was a pleasure to work on this committee, working with you, with James, working with Kevin. I'm thrilled to be back. I think all the other committees should take a leaf from our book, put forward a few really good bills, particularly in this session. So let's spread the word, guys. Be more like general law and we'll all be better off. Thank you, Mike.
Efficient, yes, agree, Representative Cheeseman. I thought we'd go around now to some of our members, and I want to first welcome Senator Austin, who's a new member to the committee. Senator, everybody obviously knows you, but we'd love to hear what your if you've got priorities this year, we can tackle for you.
So I'll try to talk quickly because it appears that my dogs are going to start barking because I put it on, I unmuted, and so that is an immediate call for them to bark. So I actually look on coming on this committee as expanding my knowledge of what happens in the General Assembly, and I'm very excited to be on the committee, and I look forward to working with everybody. And I'm hoping that, and I would suggest on the private nonprofit clubs that if we pass a bill out almost right away, it looks to me like we'll be having different smaller sessions on the floor of the House and the Senate, and it may be that we could get that bill completed right away. So I would strongly suggest that we draft it, pass it, have our public hearing and pass it right out so that we could take care of that, which will take a lot of pressure off of people vis-a-vis phone calls. And I get calls all the time from as a post commander of an American Legion without a building. I get calls all the time from those that do have a building. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Look forward to working with everybody.
Thank you, Senator, and welcome again. Senator Kissel.
Hey, Great to see you guys. Happy to be on the committee again. Back in the early 1990s, I was co-chair with John Wayne Fox of this committee. Shows how long I've been around, because that's Dan's dad. One of the things I'd love to see us try to get our arms around this year is the whole brew pubs thing, where they're supposed to be serving like cooked food, and it's just killing them. And I'm getting like tons and tons of emails regarding that. They're just not equipped for that. And you can go into like any 7-Eleven and get like a hot dog or something. They should be able to do the same thing. And so I think that that's something that we could get some traction on. Other than that, I'm just delighted to be on this committee. It's just like, it's like old home week, and you guys are great. And Holly, I just want to compliment you on your outstanding work in past years, and I'm glad you're still on the committee. And Kevin, I look forward to working closely with you and the co-chairs as well. It's a great committee.
Right. Thank you, Senator. Is my vice chair from the House around, Bobby Gibson? I think I see him on the list. Bobby, you there?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Bobby? Welcome back.
Good. Hello, everyone. Apologize for not having my screen on. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but all I can say is ditto, ditto, ditto. This is an outstanding committee. New members, welcome. You're going to see a lot of professionalism, a whole lot of experience, a lot of intelligence. Not only are we going to service our constituents and make the lives better for the residents of Connecticut, but you're going to learn an awful lot, not only about how committees run, but also about just things in general that affect our constituents. And so welcome new members. It's good to work with everyone. And to the staff that supports us, thank you so much for your professional work. You make us look very good. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Bobby, and welcome back as vice chair. Representative Ackert, I see you there, another longstanding member of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, honored to be back. Looking forward to continue the good work that this committee does throughout that, and we do it quickly and efficiently, and that's what I like, and I think you like it the same way. And Holly, I'm glad you are on. Enjoyed working with you, and looking forward to working with the chairs and Dave is a new ranking member. So let's get some work done.
Great, terrific. And a new member on the House Democratic side, Representative Winkler.
Yes, Mike Winkler, 56th Vernon. I don't think I've ever served on a committee that thinks as highly of itself as this committee.
Oh, you got to get on judiciary.
I don't think I have a law degree.
You don't
anyway, I am looking forward to working on a bipartisan committee that nevertheless handles a couple of bills which are pretty controversial out there in the real world. So it's going to be an education for me, and I like being here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Representative Winkler. Another new member of the committee, Representative Hayes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good afternoon, everybody. I actually requested to be on this committee because I heard so many good things about it. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting started. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you. And who else do we have? I see another longtime member of the committee, Representative Arconti.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Looking forward to being back, 5th term in the General Assembly and 5th term on this committee. Does a lot of great work, and hoping to get that certain bill you mentioned earlier across the line this year. So
I don't kill your bill. I don't kill your bill.
I'm just tired of people texting me when they travel to other states, videos of self-pouring that they can do there and not here. But thanks, Mr. Chair. Looking forward to working with everybody.
Thank you, Representative Arconti. And Representative D'Amelio, I see you're back as well.
I sure am, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. I'm starting my 12th and a half term here in the General Assembly. Without a doubt, General Law is my favorite committee. I look forward to working under your leadership and our new ranking member, Dave Rutigliano, and Kevin Wilkos, and everyone else on the committee. So, this pandemic has been really tough on all of us. I'm in the restaurant business, so I got a lot of experience on what we've been going through during this pandemic to offer to committee, should any of the issues arise concerning what we've been going through. So looking forward to it. And hello, everyone. Happy New Year. And can't wait to be in person. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I missed the rides up to the Capitol, and I can't wait to do that again.
Here, 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 here. Agree. Representative Candelaria, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back and working with all of you again this session, and hopefully working on the one particular bill that I've been fighting for a long time, as you all know, and hopefully we'll be able to work out what that licensing structure will look like. So thank you all.
Absolutely. We've appreciated your input, and I think you'll be pleased to see when you see the governor's bill. I should mention that just as a bookend, a lot of the work we did in this committee, and I know it didn't have bipartisan support, but a lot of the work we did in this committee on the regulatory environment of recreational cannabis, that was the blueprint for what the governor's office is working on now. So again, I do expect the governor's bill, and it'll probably start in judiciary, but it will make its way here, and we will all have a chance to weigh in on it again. Representative Ali Brennan, I see you're back as well.
I am. Second district, second term in the legislature, and second term on the committee. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Terrific. Glad to have you back. And I think that's it for reps. Have I missed everyone, senators and reps? I think that's it. Like I said, we had some folks who texted who couldn't make it. We've got most of our esteemed staff back again this year. Everybody knows, I think, Duke Chen and Rich Hanratty, who, Rich, we obviously rely on tremendously with respect to our bill drafting, and Duke, and is Julia on? There's Julia. Duke and Julia are our esteemed OLR attorneys who have been fantastic in terms of breaking down everything for us. I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it yet, new members, Duke's got a summary of the 3-tier liquor system that he's done in graphical format. Duke, why don't you circulate that around to the committee members so they can have it? That's a great sort of starting point for the folks as they work through the Byzantine liquor laws in particular. You did a great job on that, and you and Julia do a terrific job of summarizing everything for us. Pam is back. Bonnie's back, I see, as well. That's great. Hey, Pam, good to see you. And I know Bonnie was on the line earlier. And I think we've got a couple of new members. I'll come to our clerk. Is Joe and Guy on, or I think our analysts from, I think, is it the Senate side?
Yes, it's Gaia McDermott, and I'm assisting. I'm a clerk of environment and just here to support and help out.
Great. Thank you, Gaia. And then we've got our new clerk, Sam Clark. Sam, you still on? Can you say hi to everybody?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Nice to finally meet everyone face to face. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you.
Right. Please feel free to reach out to Sam if you need anything. He'll be obviously in touch with scheduling and has done a bang up job here on our first Zoom meeting with no technical glitches. I'm happy to report, which is great so far. Not knock on wood. I shouldn't jinx ourselves, right? In any event, I think that's it for introductions and staff. We obviously have no bills to review right now, but we've tried to give a preview of where we're going this session. James or Dave or Kevin, any sort of final wrap-up thoughts about just substance?
No, I think I'm good for now, Mike. I think you kind of set the stage for expectations for folks. And as soon as we can, we will send out dates to hold for public hearings and meetings, because I know the clerks are working hard to make sure we secure those rooms now. And to Kathy's point, if we can move some of these bills out a little bit sooner so we can get them passed and into law when signed, it would really help out a lot of folks.
Totally agree, and we'll come back to you all with a date for the next meeting as soon as possible. We're going to screen this afternoon. I think at the earliest it would be this Thursday, but at the latest it would be next Tuesday for a meeting. Like I said, we've got a lot of these bills sort of in the hopper already, so we're going to be ready to go on a good number of them. Anything else, James?
No, I think that's all. Are we going to recess and hold the meeting open for attendance purposes?
Correct. We will till Sam, is 5 o'clock okay?
I believe that should be okay.
All right, we'll hold the meeting open till 5 for members who couldn't make it for attendance purposes then.
Should we, Representative D'Agostino, I think that Samuel will have to stay on live on Zoom. And so I know in some of the other committee meetings I've been in, they haven't held them open that long, just because the clerk is then tied to the Zoom.
He's got to stay on Zoom?
Yeah,
That's the rules.
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend that Sam can text the folks that weren't able to attend and give them 1 hour in which to appear, and that way they can count the attendance to close it after an hour. I think that probably be the most memorable. If they don't care about their attendance at an organization meeting, then you guys can adjourn the meeting.
All right, I'll try to get in touch with folks as well. I didn't realize, thank you for letting me know. I didn't realize we had to.
Yeah, because I set up the Zoom call, I would have to stay on, and I don't know if anyone booked this room after we're done.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
But
know
we need
how
you
long
for the screening meeting as well.
Yeah.
Which is a
My
separate-
understanding was that stay on the Zoom call, correct me if I'm wrong, was for votes. So because since you have to vote by with your face on the Zoom, then that means that the clerk on the days we're voting, if we leave it open, he has to stay on the Zoom. I don't know, since today's not a voting day, I don't know if it's even relevant, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, that seems a little crazy to me that he would have to leave the Zoom meeting open just for purposes of attendance.
Yeah. And
Rich, do you know?
For what it's worth, we voted on judges yesterday and judiciary, and we left it open till 4 o'clock because people had to show visibly and state their name and vote. But we only did it till 4.
But we didn't vote today, so I don't know how relevant it is, but.
Yeah, I agree with you, David.
All right, well, we'll leave it
Congratulations
open.
on your nomination.
We'll leave it open till 2 then, because we've got in, and I'll text members now to get a hold of our clerk and try to figure out how they can register their attendance as needed.
Yep.
And we'll have to just figure this out going forward in our brave new world here, folks.
Sounds good.
All right, so thank you all. Appreciate it. We're looking forward to working with everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As well.
All right.
Bye.
This committee rocks.
Mike, do you want to immediately go into screening, or did you want to wait till was it 1:30 or 2?
It's 2. Why don't we reconvene at 2? Because I'm going to circulate around a list of stuff to consider.
Right, because that list wasn't.
Yeah, that was
right.
Okay.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
see you too.
Okay.
See you too.
See you
Thank
too. Bye.
Hey, Sam?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a possibility for me to stay on the Zoom so that you don't have to do it and then I can look? Because I can leave my computer open. Check that next time if you want me to do something like that, when you need to have people instead of 5 o'clock and you've got something to do. If I can keep it on my computer, I will check my computer and they will, attendance with me, because I have most of them. Did we get a new list of the general law committee members? Because what's online is not what we have today.
So we have a new list. It's made. I just need to get it out.
No problem. Don't worry about it. That's an easy. I just thought maybe I had followed up on something or not, but okay.
No.
I just want to interrupt this conversation for just one moment. If you want to take your cameras off and your mute off, and then why don't you have that conversation over the phone? Would that be okay?
That's fine. Sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Cameras off, mute on.
Senator Kissel, are you looking for how to close out to get off the meeting?
Yeah, I keep hitting the X button, but it's not working.
Okay, so here's what you can do is you go down to the lower right hand when you go down to the area where the lower right hand, you'd see an end button. If you move your mouse down, you'll see an end button in red.
Is that this one? Oh, maybe that's it. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so, and I don't know how to get you off unless I kick you. Would be be a problem for you to come back in. So let's talk about it. Okay, so normally when you go down to the bottom of your screen, you'd see the mute and the start video, all those little buttons that are at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, so hold on.
Sometimes you have to move your mouse to make them kind of come alive to see them.
I see them.
Oh, good. So then right at the right where you have the mute, start video, etc., all on that lower, on the very end of that row.
Oh, stop
you'll see-
video.
Yeah,
So-
or end. Yeah.
Well, stop video.
Okay, well, stop. That's excellent. And then you're going to continue on down that bar where it'll say end in red. It'll be a red button and it'll have white words that say end. You'll see it very.
No, I don't see it.
I
have chat.
Great. And then what's next to chat should be share screen.
Yeah.
And then
it
it
says
says record.
no, it says more.
Okay. And then next to more, there's no red button.
No.
Okay. Maybe if you do.
It says leave. Should I hit
Okay.
leave?
Yeah. Choose leave.
Yes, then just go to leave.
Okay, Samuel, I'm going to put myself on mute and I'm going to keep my video off and we can talk over the phone if we're going to keep this room open just in case anybody else pops in.
Okay, so that's what I'm confused about. So are we keeping this room open? Because I thought we weren't keeping this open.
Okay, excellent. Well, we can just close it out then and we can be all set then.
Yeah, okay.